Hello.
Hi.
Coming to you through the electrical impulses of the internet, it's F That Noise. Featuring Mike Burdick, Keith Grieve, Jamie Klein, Pete Melia, and Steve Taylor. It is episode 10 of F That Noise. Can't believe we've hit the double digits with our offerings here. I'm Keith Grieve here with Jamie Klein. Steve Taylor.
Oops.
Pete Melia.
Keith is sick.
And Mike Burdick. All right. So this episode, in honor of quote unquote honor of my birthday being today, as we record this, we're going to be talking about how the role of the birthday in your life has changed over the years. Obviously, it's not the same as when you were a kid, but at what point do you just stop giving a shit? And so to begin, before we get things going, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Jamie Klein for this week's Drive of the Week.
Well, we're going to start off right before we do the Drive of the Week. We're going to have one thing we have to do. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
This is strong.
Happy
birthday, Keith's penis.
No.
Right.
Happy birthday.
How about you?
Wow,
Fuck
that was
you.
painful. That was painful.
Dear God, that was awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was artful.
That one, no, it was not
but
hurtful.
This is a good segue into the topic, though. Like, how painful are birthdays now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're gonna before we get into that, we're gonna do the Drive of the Week. Today's Drive of the Week is one of my personal favorite drives. It's from the movie Tropic Thunder, with a great cast. You got Ben Stiller and Robert Downey Jr. You had Matthew McConaughey. I think it was Nick Nolte was in this thing. But the role that we're going to talk about is Tom Cruise in a small but very significant part. This is Tom Cruise playing a movie producer.
This is Les Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Literally fuck your own face! And literally fuck your own face! Fuck your own face! Fuck your own face! Fuck your own face! Fuck your own face!
That's the Drive of the Week, brought to you by Trashman Media. For the latest Blu-ray and DVD reviews, including videos and interviews, check out Trashman Media at www.trashmanmedia.com, as well as on Twitter and Facebook.
It's like Cruise's best performance.
It is a great performance, actually. And if you watch that clip on YouTube, take a look at Matthew McConaughey's reaction. That's just as funny as the Drive. It's great.
Fuck
Your own face!
We were talking about it before we went on the air, but that was the role that made Tom Cruise cool again.
Yeah.
After the whole Oprah couch.
It's also based on like a real agent, apparently.
Yeah, I think it's Joel Silver. I believe it's based off of.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure.
Has there been any kind of interview as to what Joel Silver thinks of that character being based on it?
I don't think so.
I
think he just likes that people are saying his name again.
Yeah, right.
It's not the 1980s anymore.
Yeah.
It's not Ron Silver. Okay. Good. Anywho, that's dead air that'll get edited out. Okay. Here we go. I don't know how to. I have no idea how to segue into this fucking topic.
I got a segue. Keith's 7 today.
No. Fuckers.
And it's
God, you were so angry.
No.
Yeah, but
no.
what's with that?
What are you talking about?
Are you feeling old or what's going on?
No, I'm fine. I'm good. Let's talk about birthdays. Yeah.
Changing the subject, Keith. Jesus,
You
Mr.
tell
Touchy.
like flying when it's
Let's
smaller.
let's shoot some birds.
So,
I'm psyched.
so he never
And
lies.
literally fuck
First of
your
all,
own face.
let's talk about the current birthday. What was that carp that you put up? What's the food you had for
went
dinner?
to. I want to make sure. I keep forgetting the name of it, man. It was a good place. Let me make sure I get the name right. here.
McDonald's.
No. Rock Style Chicken and Burger here in the Village of Webster, locally. It's right next to the vape and smoke shop. Now it was the Sweetwood Barbecue before. But
Did you go vape after? Or?
No, not my speed. But I did.
You did speed?
No, not anymore. Not in years. We got pulled pork tachos, which was fantastic. But it was like I went too hard on the tachos, and by the time I got the Mac Attack burger, which is mac and cheese and bacon on top of a cheeseburger,
Jesus Christ, Keith.
and the burger itself was literally the size of my face. There was no way in hell I was finishing that, but it was
Take a
so
step back and literally.
yeah, seriously.
And literally fuck your own face.
I was fucking my own face with food.
Right.
So
That sounds like a pretty good
About
birthday.
this carp, man. I'm gonna start masturbating. Guys, don't look right now.
okay.
Just turn your video off.
Wait, I can't.
No, turn it off. Stop that.
I can't help but look. Sorry. Don't look at my shorts. Just kidding. Look at my shorts.
Over the shoulder.
No.
That's right, Mike.
Inside joke. Inside joke.
Right.
Inside joke. All right, so we were talking about how birthdays have changed and whatnot. I'm gonna say that the sweet spot, the golden age, the G spot for birthdays. I'm getting reverb in my headset here. Anybody?
Yeah, I'm
else?
hearing it too. Yeah.
That's all
Way
haywire.
to screw up anything up, Keith.
Yeah, right.
Sexual.
The sweet spot for birthdays is 21 to 25, and after that, they just get annoying.
I
That's
feel
how,
like it fell off a
that's where I'm
cliff
going to
after
start.
21. You know, like
Yeah, well,
I went in and bought booze legally, and I was like, "This sucks. It's legal now. It's not."
Well, that was the thing with going to school in a college town is when I hit my 21st birthday and I tried to go into a bar and buy a drink and show my license, and no bar would take my license. Like it was I didn't even they just would hand it to you before you even had a chance to take it out.
Well, that's because you look like you were 21 at age 12.
That's true too, but that's probably true. Touche.
There's,
One of the
no one ever says
one of the-
babyface Burdick, you know?
One of the best descriptions I ever heard of how birthday parties should go came from Patton Oswalt, the comedian. He's saying that you have a birthday every year up until 18. And then after 18, you have a birthday party at 21 because you would drink. And then you do not have a birthday party unless you change decades. So you're 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way up to 90. And then after 90, every year, not only do you have a birthday party, but you can break one law. Like you could break a new law all the way up, but if you hit 100, you can murder somebody as long as you do it with your bare hands. You can legally murder people.
But like from 21 to 25,
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can too, yeah.
From 21 to 25, 26, or if you wait till you're to get married in your 30s like I did, you don't have a birthday party. You just kind of go out drinking for your birthday with whoever's around. You just kind of go out someplace. It's not a party, but you celebrate and drink more than you should on your birthday usually. But like even then, like after a while, it just gets fucking old.
Well, I think that birthdays should be great every year, just doing something, just doesn't matter, But I think the one problem that I have, and I think Steve might be able to have this problem too, and I love my kids to death, but the fact that we have June birthdays and you have Father's Day before it always just kills the birthday.
Sucks the life out of it.
It's literally a few days before.
Yeah.
So, the kids are like, oh, no, we already did that 2 weeks ago. No one really cares.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, I've gotten to that point in my life where I just don't give a shit. Like, birthdays to me are pointless. Like, I
literally
just,
fuck your own face.
Exactly. The only thing I ever want to do, which with the kids being as young as they are, I haven't had an opportunity the last few years, but now that they're getting older, is go to a drive-in movie, especially since it's a late June birthday. Like, that's all I usually ever want on my birthday. I don't care about presents. And now the kids are getting older, I'm hoping we can we actually went to a movie for the first time the other day for them.
Oh, nice.
What'd they see?
Frozen 2.
Nice.
Yes, we saw Cocoon 2.
I was gonna say-
They have an affection for diabetes.
I was going to say, hopefully it's not 1917. It's a little heavy for a young kid.
Yeah.
Well, Gemma didn't understand it at first, but Ethan appreciated the fact it was all in one shot.
That's okay. Neither did the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You should have took him to see Harriet.
So that's your dream, is the dream birthday, or the big one is to take them to a drive-in movie.
Yeah, because that's how I used to do all my birthdays. That's all I wanted for the last, I don't know, the 10 years prior to having children was go to a drive-in movie on my birthday.
You didn't want to have a birthday where you were driving to Hooters and the hood of the car comes flying up and smashes the windshield?
No, it's
You didn't want that for your birthday?
yeah. And I can't even remember if that was my actual birthday or was.
We were
one of the
celebrating
fake ones.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
We were going to celebrate.
Wait, that was Steve's birthday that happened on?
Because I remember we used to always do fake birthdays just so they would sing to us and we'd see their Ghibli bets.
Oh, that's true too. We did do that.
don't
We're talking
recall.
about Hooters, people.
Was that Steve's birthday that happened on?
Yeah.
God, I thought it was a winter incident.
No.
No.
If it was winter, we would have fucking died.
Do not have this podcast going.
Oh my God. For those of you that don't know, Jamie's he used to have this, what was it, a white Cavalier, right?
Yeah, it's a Chevy
Oh,
Cavalier.
classic.
And we were getting on the expressway in Rochester to go to Hooters, and the hood wasn't latched properly, and it flew up and just shattered the windshield. Luckily, we hadn't gotten to full speed yet. Oh, excuse me, hadn't gotten to full speed yet, and so we were just getting on the expressway. Holy
You had to
crap!
be going pretty fast if that blew up.
Yeah, but we were still on the side.
Yeah, not even. I don't think we even hit 55 yet.
No.
No. Because I remember there was a big pothole. We got on the on-ramp at Empire Boulevard, and there was a big pothole there, and you hit that, and that kind of shook it loose. And literally, for those of you that are from the Rochester area, before we got to Browncroft, the thing was up over the windshield and shattered it. And it was we were behind you, and it was kind of like one of those, you see it happen, and your eyes get big, and you're like, holy shit! And then you just kind of wait and see if everybody's okay, but you don't know how to react when you're watching it from afar.
Yeah.
Well,
I just remember
this has
Steve
nothing
was
to do with
covered in
birthdays,
glass.
but it plays off the point. I had another oh shit moment. First time we went up to Niagara Falls for a trip, we had two cars. Jamie's car was behind us. He had a different car. He had the brown.
There was a Cutlass.
Was it Buick?
No, it was a Cutlass,
Was
wasn't it? It was an old.
It was a
Buick,
Cutlass.
wasn't it?
And all of a sudden, it was snowing. It was snowing really bad. And
Oh, yeah.
I think Adam might have been driving. I'm not sure, but Jamie was behind. Maybe Pete was in the car. Marty, I don't know. I don't remember who was in there. But all of a sudden, Jamie's car turned sideways.
I was in there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was watching out the back window.
Yeah. it was
Yeah.
scary.
You were definitely driving with me, and whoever was. I don't remember who was driving. But yeah, it just turned completely sideways, and we're like, "Holy shit!"
That was on the Parkway, the Lake Ontario State Parkway, in a blizzard.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was in the wintertime. My birthday's in January, and so I had just gotten my license. So very inexperienced driver. Oh, that was scary as shit.
Well, I guess it does have to do with birthdays then.
Yeah.
It's funny. The last birthdays I really appreciated is when we used to do the strip clubs on our birthday. Like Jamie, when we went to the Mirage Palace for your birthday that one time.
Oh, that was my 21st birthday. Remember, I went and that's probably my favorite birthday probably. Because went with you guys. We went to get a tattoo, or I got the tattoo, and
Tell
then
them what the tattoo was.
the tattoo is Pinhead from Hellraiser because I'm a big horror fan, and so I got Pinhead on my arm, and that took about 3 hours. And then we decided to go to Mirage Palace, which is a strip club in Rochester, New York. It's no
Keep
longer.
in mind, it's like 12:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and I
So
bought
was
my
the top
first
dancers.
beer, and I still have that bottle of Coors Light. They don't even make this label anymore, and I still have that. and we saw some titties. And then I think we went to Tully's that night because there's a picture of me with a shot glass doing a shot while I'm playing that video game, the driving game. So we were making a joke like drinking and driving and whatever. And we probably went to Applebee's at some point or anything. And then I think the end of the night, who was the one that fucked me in the asshole?
Whoa.
That was me.
I don't remember that.
That was Seuss.
I don't know. That was me first. I don't know who came after me.
Literally. That was gross.
Happy birthday.
Literally, fuck your own face!
It's funny, you got a tattoo of Pinhead because you like whores, and then you went to a strip club because you like whores.
Right.
It all matches.
Right.
I see what you
It all
what you
comes
did
full
there.
circle.
Steven?
Very clever, Steven. So what's the?
Oh, yeah.
So like, okay. So every topic we bring up, I seem to always want to go down this road. What's the worst memory you have of a birthday? And maybe not your own birthday, somebody else's birthday that you were part of.
That's a good one. There's too many shitty ones.
I'll tell you mine. I was dating a girl, and it was her 21st birthday, and we went down to Monroe Avenue in downtown Rochester, and we were hitting the bars, and we were at Oxford's, and she was completely wasted. Now, that night...
A lot of your stories start exactly the same.
Yeah, right?
I'm not understanding how this is a bad birthday yet.
There was nothing wrong with her. She was just enjoying her birthday. I was the boyfriend that's trying to make sure nothing stupid happened. So there was this guy that was hitting on her. And I'm not the jealous kind at all. It doesn't bother me. But dude, once you know that the girl's boyfriend is there, you need to shut the fuck up. But she got so drunk and she was sick. She went in the ladies' room and couldn't get out of the ladies' room because she was throwing up. So her friend said, "You got to get her out of here." And so they made sure that there was nobody else in the ladies' room at this bar, and I went in, and I'm trying to get her out of there. And this douchebag told the bouncer, "There's some guy in the ladies' room." So the bouncer comes in and wants to be all freaking, he's doing his job. He doesn't know any better. There's like 200 people in the freaking bar. So I quickly explain, and I guide her out of the bar, and she pulls a Steve and sits on the curb at Monroe Avenue and just continues to hurl into the street.
Oh.
Yeah, night was over.
See, I have one it was my least favorite birthday experience ever and one of my favorites all at the same time. I was dating this girl, and one of her friends, who I did not like at all, wanted to go to Dinosaur Barbecue. But now, mind you, there's one in Rochester where we all lived, but she wanted to go to the one in Syracuse. And I was in charge of driving, so I was fucking furious from start to finish. And so we're driving up there. It's me, my girlfriend at the time, this other girl, and someone else in the back seat. We get to the Dinosaur Barbecue, and it's packed, and there's no parking spots. And I'm fucking livid mad. And so I find a spot, and as I'm doing a K-turn to pull into the spot, I realized that standing, and this is 100% really happened, standing middle of the spot on the curb, leaning on a fire hydrant, is a midget. Nonchalantly just looking around, and I lost my shit. I was laughing I was sideways in the street, blocking traffic, crying. I was laughing so hard I couldn't even move. And everyone's yelling at me.
It's like Walter White It's like Walter White in the Under the Floor when he just starts going hysterical laughter because it's just the end of the line.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like they're all yelling at me. They're like, "You're being such an asshole." I'm like, "I can't fucking help it." I'm just crying because of all of the anger buildup to see this just random midget just leaning there, staring off into space. I'm like, of all the odds of what you're going to see at the one parking spot on this night.
How much?
I shall call him
Oh my God.
Mini-Me.
Exactly. So that was my favorite.
Oh
boy.
What do you got, Pete?
I don't got shit.
Actually, fuck your own face!
I don't know. I'm blessed with a really bad memory. It's like the
or
greatest
some really good
thing that ever happened.
birthdays.
Oh yeah, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Is I can't remember jack shit. I love it. I hope I forget everything.
That's such an
And then I
underrated
got
skill.
it made. I'm almost there.
It's such an underrated skill. It really is. All right, Mike, you got anything?
Well, my 21st birthday is probably the worst birthday I've ever had. And it started with that, just the moderate that I couldn't get that drink I told you about before, or I couldn't get carded rather. And but I had bought a bottle of tequila, and it was the summertime, and I was up in Cortland, and we had basically 3 different apartments in the same house, and the bottom was a big. It was it was the biggest part. So that was where everyone hung out, and I was upstairs and staying with somebody else.
Was that the one on
So
Prospect?
we were down in the.
Was that the one on Prospect that I stayed in when I came up for orientation?
Dude, I don't even remember the one. I don't think so. It's the one right up by the school.
Okay.
Sexual orientation.
And this was the first. I don't think so, because this is the first summer that I stayed in Cortland. It was like, but anyway, so we had a party because I had a birthday, and then somebody else had a birthday the next day. We had like a double party in the main floor, and I was walking around with this bottle of tequila, and I thought it would be a great idea if I shared shots with everybody. So I did what I think, and I can't be certain, but what I think was around 21 shots of tequila throughout the night.
Oh boy,
that'll do it.
And
that'll do it.
And I was blasted on my head. I ended up going upstairs. I think I was brought upstairs. I'm not certain. And I just started like puking. I got really sick. And one person thought that they were going to have to call the hospital or something and get my stomach pumped or something, and garbage like that. So I was like super sick. And all I remember right before I passed out was the girl that I liked kissing another guy down the hallway.
Crusher.
And that was the last thing I remember.
Soul crusher.
Yeah, so that was not the best birthday.
We don't have no beer, just tequila.
What's tequila?
Yeah, it's like beer.
Is it fattening?
Fattening?
Forget it. If it's like beer, we'll have some. 3 tequilas.
Sure, amigos. Enjoy yourselves. But try not to get into too much troubles, okay?
So now, Mike, I got a question. When you puked, did it go over the shoulder?
It probably went over the shoulder, under the shoulder, through the wall. It was quite extensive.
I just want to know there's consistency.
Tequila's a
yes,
bad
no,
beat.
totally. but I have, to my knowledge, I don't think I've had straight tequila since then.
Probably.
So I think that shut me off.
Tequila?
What's that?
You've just had gay tequila?
Exactly.
It's straight.
But
you can't screw around with that straight tequila.
It's tequila.
Tequila. It tries tequila.
Oh boy, dad jokes.
My God.
Literally, fuck your own face.
So I know we've been talking about birthday parties, and I don't want to change the subject.
Yes, you do, because you're about to.
Did everybody see the Groundhog Day commercial yesterday with Bill Murray?
Oh, that was great.
That was one of the best commercials I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that thing was solid. Absolutely.
Was that your favorite?
I watched it like 3 more times today.
That's your favorite Super Bowl commercial. Did anyone else? Was that everyone else's favorite, or did everyone else have a better one?
My favorite Super Bowl commercial is the Dennis Hopper one. Still.
Which one?
This year?
The referee one from.
Oh, you're talking about this year? I thought you meant ever.
Well, you could go with ever, I suppose.
Yeah, forever it would be the Dennis Hopper one. This year, the Groundhog Day one. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
I got to give a shout out though too. I do not like rap or hip hop music, just so everyone knows, and so I have no reference on this guy's music. But that Post Malone had those Bud Light seltzer commercials. Those were actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that wasn't
Which
bad.
commercial were those?
Yeah.
Where was that?
It was like where he would drink the seltzer, and it's what his internal senses would do, and how they would control his body and whatnot. And it was just the way they did it was really funny. So I had a lot of respect for those because, like I said, I don't know this guy for shit. He's one of those dudes with tattoos all over his face.
Oh, okay.
Sam Elliott's dancing mustache.
I was just about to mention
I didn't like that at all.
You got it. Well, you see, I'm lucky enough to have I'm lucky enough to have an 8-year-old that plays that Old Town Road song over and over.
Did you just say lucky?
Over and over and over and over again.
Because, like, if they would have stuck with that first joke and had him do the dance moves with just his mustache, that would have been funny.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But then having him do like the CGI moves and all that, it's like, dude, that was
Jamie's dead, by the way.
Yeah, I'm with Keith. I'm just glad that song "Old Town Road" took the place of Baby Shark, though.
Oh God, I don't know which is worse. Is death an option?
I'm pretty sure Baby Shark.
Is death an option? You know what the worst thing about Baby Shark is that the freaking Nationals made it their seventh inning song or whatever during the playoffs. Like anything you want to know about being a Nationals fan, if you're singing Baby Shark at a freaking World Series game, you should just go home. You should take your franchise away. There, I'm done. So I have spoken, so let it be. So that's all we're going to talk about, huh?
I actually I don't know if anyone's seen it because in my theater there are only 4 people, but if anyone saw The Gentleman,
I still want to see that. The reviews were not good.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought if you like movies like Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you will love this movie.
I loved Snatch.
Wow, okay.
I love
It's
Snatch.
really good. It was well worth it. Like I hadn't seen a movie in a while that I really just enjoyed in the theater, and I went. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So like another Guy Ritchie kind of movie, or is it?
It's a total Guy Ritchie movie. It's back to like his type of movie, and and everybody was good. Even Hugh Grant, who I can't usually stand in anything, and he was. I thought he was just phenomenal. Colin Firth and McConaughey was in it. Just everybody was really good.
I want to see that. I still want to see 1917. You know, there's what else is out right now? Bad Boys. I still want to see, even though it's probably not Best Picture quality, but I like the first 2 movies.
See, and I'm glad that Guy Ritchie got back to doing those kind of movies because this afternoon I made the mistake with my kids of starting to watch the live-action Aladdin movie that he directed.
Oh,
someone told me today. I had no idea he did that.
I didn't know he did that.
I made it 10 minutes into it, and it was so atrocious that I was like, it could be the greatest movie ever after these first 10 minutes, and it would still suck. It was that bad in the beginning.
Literally,
how that thing made $1 billion, I
face!
have no idea.
I think all of those live action movies are pretty bad. I haven't seen a full one of them yet, but anything I've ever seen sucks. Like I saw a little of The Lion King, and I saw a little of the other one.
We took the kids to Beauty and the Beast, and I fell asleep in it.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen start to finish, and it was bleh.
Yeah, some things are just better off animated. It's just the way it is.
Especially when Go ahead.
No, the thing I learned the most is I know Will Smith was a very good rapper back in his day, but he cannot sing. I think I could sing better than him. He started singing Arabian Nights in the beginning. I was like, this can't be for real. This has got to be a joke.
Well, that's the thing. Those are real songs as opposed to like when he does like a Men in Black song or something, which is just a pop song you could pretty much get away with. But like if you're doing like a song where you actually have to show your pipes.
And he only raps in those songs.
Yeah.
Like the actual singing is done by the background singers.
You know what? I take that back. That there was one live action Disney movie that I actually did think was pretty good, and that was The Jungle Book.
Really? See, I hated that one. I actually took the kids to see that. I don't think I made it through. I think I
was more fixated on Christopher Walken as King Louis. I thought that was worth the price.
That scene was actually very funny. I take it back. That was funny.
The price of admission, that was worth that. just for that scene.
Louis.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie, Jamie, you've been quiet tonight.
I want more weight. I want to beat him.
Watch out, Lou.
Louis, I'm watching you, Louis.
What the hell's that? What the hell's that?
I'm watching you. I'm watching you too, Arnold.
Disney version of what?
It's just Arnold masturbating on his maids.
What the hell?
That one kind of sneaks up on you.
That's right, it does.
Stop bumping pussy.
Jamie, do you have any birthday stories?
What's that about?
Do you have any birthday stories?
Good ones. I kind of blanked out on the bad ones, but good one was my 40th. Mike came up for my 40th, and night before we went to see Hateful Eight. That was awesome.
That was
and then,
great.
The wife threw a massive party at this one place that we like to have dinner at. So it was fun. Yeah, family members and everyone, and Mike and the kids were there. That was cool. So that was up there. That's one of my favorites, I guess. But there's several bad ones I don't even want to discuss on the podcast. It's usually something totally 87, and it's not even worth mentioning. But yeah, having a January birthday just sucks mother's milk. It's fucking terrible. So you don't get many good ones in January 3rd. It fucking blows.
It was right after New Year's Day. Everyone's partied out.
Yeah, everyone wants to watch their way. Everyone's all partied out. Everyone sucks. It's just
it's like having a birthday around the Super Bowl.
So my day's 4th of July.
It's like having a birthday around the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Keith.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck your own face!
Exactly.
Maybe if our parents fucked their own faces, we wouldn't have these shitty birthdays.
That's right. These problems are totally avoidable. Totally avoidable. Right. Anywho. All right. We're at the 32-minute mark. Sexual chocolate.
So, Mike, are you in mourning over the Super Bowl?
Oh, I forgot about it. No, I'm not. I'm not in mourning. I was surprised that I obviously don't like it, but like it didn't bug me as much as I thought it would if they lost. I really liked the season, and they had a lot of good games. And yesterday I was 7, but it's fine.
And nobody's surprised. Shanahan not being able to manage the clock is not something new to the NFL.
I don't agree with that though. I don't think that's what happened. I think he was saving those timeouts for that next possession. It turned out there was a reason behind it. I don't think that I think the only way that 49ers really screwed up, besides missing some defensive pass routes, is the last 2 drives. And I feel like Garoppolo did a great job most of the game. And then at the last 2 drives, he probably choked or just didn't work. I don't know.
If he could have hit Sanders,
well, they should have ran the ball more.
No, I don't agree with that. Because
should have ran to the right.
Yeah, he probably should have done that.
Oh,
just say.
Pete, was that a John L. reference right there? I don't want to say the last name.
It might have been.
Pete, was that a John L. reference right there? If you remember.
Oh, yes, it was.
Our backyard football days. Okay.
Did anybody else have Super Bowl amnesia, or and nothing against the teams that were playing. Just there's something about the Super Bowl. I can't remember anything about the game the day after. My indifference is just unbelievable when it comes to the actual game. And even the commercial, I'm just sort of like, oh, did anybody see that? I'm like, yeah, I watched it. I don't remember anything about it, though, but I don't know.
I do have amnesia about the commercials. Yeah. I remember watching all of them.
Fucking me, I guess. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think you got a point, because I think, especially if your team's not in it, but I generally, every year, I basically, such a big deal is made out of it. And it's already freaking, like, for a game, it's late, usually. And they have all this extra stuff attached to it. It's almost like too much. It's almost like a mind fuck of just like senses. So like by like the second half, like unless like your team's in it or something, I just feel like the whole thing gets to be a little too much, and you almost want to forget it the next day. It's just, I don't know. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of build up for
it happens to me every year.
I get that.
Most of the commercials now I saw on YouTube. I didn't even see during the game.
But that's the thing, is that I didn't
like the days before and all that.
They might have shown that Groundhogs commercial before, but I didn't see it till after you brought it up. I thought, or somebody brought it up. They're like, there's Bill Murray's great. Oh, I think you texted it, right? And you're like, this is the best commercial.
Yeah.
I didn't see it till like the fourth quarter. So unless they played it twice, I can't even tell you. But
I think it has something to do with us getting older.
Unless you get,
just
you
getting
get
older,
different commercials for different markets, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe they did. Maybe it was.
Well, it's like when you get older, if your team's not in it, like sports takes a back seat to a lot of things as you get older.
Of course, absolutely.
I just like even running that blog that I did for I don't know since 2009. Like it took the end of like the last 5 years was like really trying to dig deep to find any kind of motivation to write anything. It just you change, you get older, your interests and your passions change, and you don't have a lot of time for a lot of that shit anymore.
Well, your priorities change. That's the thing. It's like when you're younger, it's like you're all about football. Oh, yeah, the game, football. Yeah, it's football season. And then when you get older, you just have a family and wives or lovers or fuckers or whatever. You just kind of, it just takes a backseat.
A wife and a mistress. Those are the days. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? All right. Okay. That'll do it.
Doing the Lonely Man theme for Keith.
Yeah, right? That'll do it for this episode of F That Noise. We'll be back next week with another episode. Hit us up on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Have a good week, folks.
That's pretty much it.
Literally, fuck your own face!